Today is Wednesday, December the 2nd, and we're getting ready to look at your math for today. Today and tomorrow, we're doing review of calculation strategies, figuring out different ways that we can add and subtract to use a strategy that's the easiest for us. So today we're going to do a quick focus on addition. And you third grade people are saying, Miss Falone, have you lost your mind? It's addition. We add stuff together. We know how to do that. Yes and no. On the left, we have some addition vocabulary words. And when we are doing math and we hear things like total, both, combine, altogether, plus, these are words that tell us that we're going to be adding two things together. The numbers that you add together are called add-ins, and then the answer to an addition problem is called the sum. We know that we are adding when we see the plus sign. It looks like a little T. So we have some strategies that we already know how to use, and some of them are on the right. We can draw a picture. We can use a number line. We can use our brains to do mental math. We can use a graphic organizer like the part total box on the bottom. We have two pieces that come together to make a bigger piece, because adding is when you take two little things and you put them together. So you already know that. So we're going to apply that into something bigger. All the examples on this slide are one digits. It's just one number. And we've talked about 2 digits addition. And this week we're going to be adding 3-digit numbers. And when we do 3-digit numbers, we're going to be doing some regrouping where we have too much in one place value, so we have to put it in the next one. We had a little bit of a preview of this in our math boxes on Monday. We're going to go check in with our friend at Khan Academy because he has a fancy whiteboard that he can write on, and he's going to do a quick review of how to add numbers that have 3 digits, 3 numbers in them. If you can't hear the video, send me a message in the box and I will share it out afterwards. We're just going to listen to what he has to say to get our brains ready so we know what to do, and then I'm going to let you do it. So here we go.
We have 3 different addition problems right over here. And what I want you to do so that you get the hang of things is to pause the video and try them on your own. But as you do them, I want you to really keep in mind and think about what the carrying actually means. So I assume you've tried on your own. I'll try to work them through. I'll work through them with you.
Here's number 1.
So we have 9 plus 6, 9 ones plus 6 ones. Well, 9 plus 6 is 15. Well, we could write the 5 in the ones place, and then we can carry the 1. But what did we just do? What does this 1 represent? Well, we put it in the tens place. 1 10 represents 10. So all we said is that 9 plus 6 is equal to 10 plus 5 is equal to 110 plus 5, which is equal to 15. Now, in the tens place, we have 1 plus 0 plus 9, which is 10. And so we can write 0 and carry the 1. 1 plus 0 plus 9 is 10. Now, what does that really mean? Well, this is 1 10 plus 0 tens plus 9 tens, which is 10 tens. 10 tens is 100. Or another way to think about 100, it's 100 and 0 tens. So that's all that carrying represents. So now we have a 1 plus a 7 plus a 9. That is going to be 17. Now we have to remind ourselves, this is in the hundreds place. So this is actually 100 plus 700 plus 900, or 1700, or 1,700. And of course, we still have this 5 here. And we are done. Now let's try to tackle this one. Now the reason why I wrote it that way is to make sure that
Sorry. I just was trying to pause the video. I was pausing it so I could check in with you. When he had that last bit in the hundreds place and he came down to 17, he didn't have anything in the thousands place. So it's kind of like having 2 zeros. So he was able to bring the 1 all the way down. So that's what he was saying about 17 hundreds. He had a 17 in the hundreds place to carry over the thousands place. I just wanted to check in with that. The next one he's going to show is how to do the green. And in the green, it's written across horizontally, which is what your Google form is going to look like today. And he's going to show you a strategy to help you do that. Maybe.
This 5 here.
There he is.
And we are done. Now let's try to tackle this one. Now, the reason why I wrote it that way is to make sure that we remind ourselves to align the proper places under the appropriate places. So this one we can rewrite as 300 and, let me do that same green color. We can rewrite this as 373 plus, we want to write the ones place under the ones place and the tens place under the tens place, so that we're adding the appropriate place values.
That's what you're going to have to do on your scrap paper today when you do your Google activity. It's not easy to do these mentally. You're going to have to work it out. You have to have scrap paper. So since they're written horizontally, since they're written across, because of the way that the Google form works, you're going to have to make sure that when you copy them over, your numbers are lined up. The ones places are together, the tens places are together, and the hundreds places are together. Now he's going to solve it.
So 3 plus 8 is 11. The 1 in the ones place, the 1 in the tens place. 10 plus 1 is 11. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. This is actually 16 tens. So let me just write down the 16. What is 16 tens? Well, that's 160. So this 6 is a 60, and then I have 100. 1 plus 3 is 4, but these are actually hundreds, so it's 400. So we get 461. Now, finally, 9 plus 3 is 12. 2 ones and 1 10. 12 is the same thing as 10 plus 2. Now, in the tens place, 1 plus 4 plus 9 is 14. So we write the 4, carry the 1. But remind ourselves, this is actually 10 plus 40 plus 90, which is 140, which is the same thing as 40 plus 100. And then 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. But this is in the hundreds place. So this is actually 100 plus 100 plus 200, or 400. And we're done.
So that's a strategy that you can use when you line your numbers up, and make sure that you regroup by borrowing, because you can only have one number in each house. So that video helps us to see what it looks like when you do it. And now it's your turn. Okay, you will use scrap paper and a pencil. You may not use a calculator. A calculator is a tool to help you check your answers, but a calculator is not going to help you learn. So you're going to take out your pencil and paper, write down those math facts, and then check your answers. So your Google form activity is in the Google Classroom, where it says Wednesday 12-2 math. It says 3-digit addition, and it's orange, and it looks like this. Use scrap paper and take your time to solve these equations. Watch this video to review addition with regrouping, which you may call carrying over. And that's what they say in the video too. So here's another video just like that. You can hit play. Really? So you're going to press the line. And it's going to open the video if you need it. And of course, it's going to give us an ad, because I don't need an ad right now. Excuse me. I don't want an ad right now. I want to show my friends. Okay, so it's 3 minutes, and it talks about 3-digit addition, and it just talks about some strategies. It shows us some examples like just what we did in the video. And then you have 10 questions. They are written across. So you're going to pull out your scrap paper and do your work, and then click on the answer that matches your work, the answer that is correct. There's 10 of these. Press submit, and then you have your score. So that's math. We're going to check off our meat in just a minute. We're going to go to do our activity, and then you're going to go to reflex. You also then at 11 o'clock, when math is over, you're going to complete the work that you're missing. So after 11 o'clock, if you need to finish reading, get that done. If you haven't done reflex or Lexia, get that done. 11 to 12:20 is your lunch and lifetime. And then we have music for specials. And then 1:20 is your final break. At 11 o'clock, if you are complete with all of your work, if you go to Google Meet and type in the keyword Woodland, Miss Tab has a fancy book club. She's going to be reading a Geronimo Stilton book to you. So if you are free at 11 o'clock, you may go and see Miss Tab. This information with her link is also here on the stream, where it says Miss Tab has set up a virtual book club. Visit meet.google.com and use the nickname Woodland. I'm going to add the link in there. meets.google.com. So Ms. Tab is really excited to have friends who can join her. Also, at around the 11 o'clock time, 10:30 is Taylor, 10:45 Yasmin, 11 is Aria, and this is 11:15 Ian, 11:30 Melanie. If you to check in with Mr. Bill today. The question in the chat box is, do we have to go see Ms. Tab? No, you don't have to go see Ms. Tab, but if you would like to be part of her book club and you are finished with work at 11 o'clock after math ends, you may go join her. You all can go. You don't have to go. She's just excited to go, and I'm going to try and be there too. And then at 1:30, we'll have our afternoon stuff. So first things first, math ends at 11 o'clock. And then you have the rest of your stuff to do this afternoon. Get your reading and your math finished. Anything that's purple in the Google Classroom needs to be completed. And we will be working hard until 1:30. So I'm going to press stop on our recording so you can start your math activities and answer your questions in the chat box.